So let's first of all just take a little bit of a warm up. Just put my timer on, otherwise I have no idea how long we've been doing this for. So, okay, so let's find tabletop here. And let's start with the good old spine stretch, the go-to. So this gets into the core, obviously opens up all the way through the spine. You have to draw in through the core muscles to achieve this movement. So we get to warm up into the core, lengthen through the spine. Activate the glutes slightly. Got a small contraction of the glutes as we come into our tabletop here. And then come to neutral. Try not to be tempted to arch the back. I know very much in yoga that would be the routine, but I personally think it's better to just come into this tabletop position here and then kind of lift out of the shoulders and lengthen through the neck, and then come back into your cat stretch. Good. Now just a bit of mobility work, so let's send right arm and left leg forwards. So again, if you're not long out from underneath the sheets, then by all means keep the hand and the foot on the floor. Take a few here. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating already. Haven't done anything yet. Good, so taking the arm and leg out into extension, and then once we think we are a little bit more awake in the trunk of the body, we can start to lift. And we want to get the arm up here in line with the shoulder, because we want to get some mobility into the shoulder here. So come all the way up. There we go. These are great mobility exercises to do, you know, at any time, because they kind of lengthen the whole body. Good. I'm a real believer in just movement. It doesn't have to be getting the heart rate up. It doesn't have to be weight bearing necessarily. Weight bearing exercise is obviously good, but just moving in any other way other than just walking, which we have to do. Good. Now from here, let's take the spine through a rotation. So take the left leg back, open up the right arm here. So let's just get a chest stretch. Bring the arm up here. Try and get as much rotation as you can, but without collapsing into the back leg. And then come through, slide the arm through here as far as you can. Don't worry if the shoulder doesn't come all the way down. Just reach underneath as far as you can, but without lifting the hand away and the forearm away. So really just waking up into the chest and into the shoulders, because these are the areas we're going to work. Now, whenever we're working on improving strength, we have to accept that it should be challenging. Okay, so you should get to the point with any kind of strength exercise where you start to fatigue, because otherwise you're not going to, you need to take the right leg back here. We need to increase muscle mass to improve strength. Okay, and the only way we can do that is by fatiguing. Good, all the way out, so over to this side. So if you find these hard, then that's what we want. They shouldn't be easy, not these, not the mobility exercises, but the strength. Good, now I think we're good to go. Now from here, we're going to start off into the shoulders a little bit here. So curl your toes underneath, and then here we're going to lift the knees away, and we're going to come up into pike. So this position really loads the shoulders and the arms. Good, so hold it here. Then come all the way back. Good, so again, curl the toes under, lift and press back. Try to get the crown of your head down to the floor, and think about pressing your chest towards your thighs. All the way up and come forwards. Good, so you're going to feel this in the shoulders. The more you press back, the more you load the shoulders. Now, this is where we get a little bit funky. We're going to come up here. Now, from here, you're going to bend your elbows, lower the crown of your head to the floor. Good. Loading up those shoulders, loading up the arms. Good. Again, this is not meant to be easy. Good. That's it. So inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. 2 more. My hands are slipping on the mat. Good. Last one. Good. Come all the way forwards here. Drop the knees down. Are we warm now? And sit back. So you'll feel your shoulders after that one, which is what we want, okay? Really getting into the shoulders. Good, so just sit back into child's pose. If you want to ease the shoulders around here, just bring the arms down by your side here. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Good. Now from here, we're going to take a wide push-up. So we want to try and get into the chest. Now push-ups can come in all shapes and sizes. So let's go beginner. So the arms are out, nice and wide, okay? And then here, we lower the chest down between the arms. So we're in tabletop here. Yes? Then we come into what we call modified. So we lower down and lift, yes? So the arms, we've got the chest, the hips in line with the shoulders. Good. Now with push-ups, a lot of people don't push up properly. And a lot of people think push-ups are for muscle men in gyms. It's one of the best exercises you could do for the upper body, the back and the core. Honestly, I think it's just a brilliant exercise, but the technique's got to be right. So when you take the arms wide, you get into the chest. And the key thing here is you've got to imagine that you're a straight line all the way from the top of the neck down. So what a lot of people do with a push-up is they do this. Yeah, so the chin comes down. No, we've got to keep that line. And it is hard. I said to you at the beginning, it is hard because you've got your whole body weight that you're pressing through your arms. And if you're weak in the upper body, this has to be progressive. So we start out here and we just go from tabletop. And eventually, there was a time not that long ago where I could not do a press up. All I did was swim, bike, run because I was a triathlete. And I found the swimming in a wetsuit a nightmare because wetsuits create loads of resistance for the shoulder. So I was given advice by a triathlon coach to get in the gym and do some upper body work, and this is where I started to do more upper body, and the difference it's made to my efficiency as a runner is unbelievable. Good. So come back here. Now obviously the wrists get a bit of a hammering with this. But again, you know, the more you do this, the wrists will start to get used to it. Unless you've got a particular problem with the wrists, carpal tunnel syndrome or something like that, the hand. But the wrists they will adapt. The one thing to say is if you've got a thick mat like mine, or if you're on carpet, obviously the risk is that the heel of the hand sinks in and you end up kind of hyperextending here. So the firmer the surface, the better. Good, now we come into a narrow push-up. So this is where we come into modified plank or tabletop and the hands are directly under the shoulders. So we get now much more into the upper back and into the shoulders. So here we hold. Now we want to try and send the elbows back and press. Yeah, so the elbow, if I face you, elbows come back and press. And sometimes I see people do this like this. Well, that's not great, is it, for the elbows? That's putting loads of stress. So rotate the elbows in, keep the core tight, nice and long again. And again, if you want to do these in full, I mean, I can probably do about 5 or 6 full, but that's me done. So again, down and press. And what you've got to watch for here is that you don't get here and then we're doing this. Okay, it's that lovely straight line. And this is going to work, really work the arms as well. Good. So we're just going to take a few more of those and then press back. Has anyone else got a sweaty top lip? So just sit back into child's pose. Good. Good, well done. Now, from here, we're going to move a little bit into working the back. So, we're going to come down. Now, this is a back strengthening exercise that I do all the time when I teach. And we're going to start with the arms down here. I think we did this earlier in the week when we were working on the spine. So you're going to draw your shoulders back, then you're going to lift your arms out here, all the way back. Keeping the feet down. Again, we're not looking up. We keep that length through the spine the whole time. So out and back. Good. Good, good, good. And then from here, we can come all the way up and come halfway down. Now, if this is a little bit too much, then just lift and lower from here. Sometimes taking the arms overhead for some people is just one step too far. So, otherwise we come up and out. Good. Nice and long. Good. And then from here, we put the whole lot together. So come down, take a rest. Probably feel that now in the back. So just have a rest, take a couple of breaths. And then we come up here, and all the way up, and back. All the way up, and back. Good. Good, well done. Couple more here. Good. Now bring the arms down in front so they're extended overhead. Now from here we're going to take a breath in. On your exhale, double arm, double leg extension. Again, too much with the arms overhead. Come out to the side. If you're struggling with the leg lift, then just keep the legs down and keep lifting the arms. The leg lift is an extension from the hips. So we're not bringing the legs, it's not about getting the legs up high, we're not flinging them up. And make sure you're moving from the hip. It's really easy just to curl at the knee here. Good, well done. Just 2 more. Good. Now, last exercise into the arms, the chest, the shoulders. We're going to come up here and you're going to bring one arm in front of the other. Now, I'm going to start with the easier option and then we'll progress up. So, if you come up onto the knees here into this low plank, make sure that the elbows are under the shoulders. Then you're going to turn to the right. Come all the way back and turn to the left. So taking your body weight into your shoulders and your arms. Now, of course, you could do this up in full Low plank, so the legs are extended. So you get a little bit more load. Obviously working your core as well. I always aim for what we call compound exercises. So where we're working multiple muscle groups. We're never just working a single muscle or a single part of the body. Good, and then of course, you could come up into plank. Work those shoulders. And again, you can have the knees down. Good. All the way up. This is the thing, I mean, I'm using Pilates a lot today. But this is the thing about Pilates, to be fair, to work the core, we spend a lot of time on the front, loading the arms. Straight away, we get a lot of upper body strength from Pilates just by working other parts of the body. Good. And relax it down. Sit back here. Good. And there we have it.